music of my life. In life, the things that we do every day, some of us do take for granted. Some drive cars, some fly airplanes, some even do sports. Those things can become more than what they really are in their mundaneness, in the everyday life. For me, it's music. Music has played an integral part in my life, making me into a child prodigy, as some said, getting me into the school of my dreams, and also creating more than just a hobby, but also a career. And also, I think it also makes me more than just better than the average person. Alright, a little story behind this. Back when I was in high school and in middle school, some people came to me and were like, "Oh, you were so good. You were like a little child prodigy. You were playing all these instruments and you're really good." I didn't know how to really feel about that. I took it all in stride and everything like that. It's really easy. But I did learn how to play the bass at the age of 7. After that, in middle school, I also picked up the violin. I started from, not middle school, elementary school. Elementary school in 3rd grade, I was 8 years old, and I learned how to play the violin. And then from there, in middle school, around 7th and 8th grade, I picked up cello, string bass, as well as viola. At the end of high school, I was also scouted out by the high school teacher who wanted me in jazz band, which jazz band here at my old high school, Old Mill High School, was only for those who were senior year in high school and about to graduate and go on and further their studies in music. Music has also influenced me in other ways, besides just notes, rhythms, and syncopations, but also in how I think. Go to the visual. I have this thing called synesthesia. Synesthesia basically is words, sounds, and other everyday things have a color kind of coordination and correlation to them. Say, for instance, with alphabet, A may have an orange, and B may have red, and C may have yellow. Notes also do the same thing with me for music. So with music, certain songs have different colors to them just because of the chords that are being played and some of the notes. This helped me in school and in high school because I was able to think differently than everybody else and come up with the same answer. I didn't know what it was really called until senior year when I had one of my teachers tell me she was actually studying me because she noticed I'd look around the room and there would be different colored posters around, and I'd look at some of those during when she was talking, and when I took a test I would look around the same areas. Wasn't looking for answers, it's just when she was speaking, those colors that were on those boards alerted certain senses within my head. This also led to me creating also very, very creative projects when I was in college. Say, for instance, right here, on my final project I had for school, I was able to create a house basically all based on synesthesia and music. I used a thing called dual auditory, which I analyzed the left and right ears so that when I combined them together, I was able to come up with something that looks very unique in the architectural sense, that it was very deconstructivist, as one would say. Say, for instance, this left picture right here, or right picture right here, and also with the floor plan and how everything came about. When music became more than just a hobby and a career, this was back in high school, I was in a group called Guerrilla Mafia. It was a small rap and hip hop group that I used to play around with. We used to just make songs for jokes. And, we used to do things at lunch. We used to do little things at lunch. And it was just all just for fun and games. But then I would actually go ahead and just try to make things a little bit more serious, and I got more into it. And by the time I actually went and finished high school, I submitted a music portfolio, which I got a music scholarship for. And then later on, while I'm in college, I started experimenting with more sounds and everything like that, and more people started grabbing a hold to my unique style because the fact that I would take this thing, the synesthesia, and make music from that, it was just a whole different sound. So while I was in college, I did get scouted out by a few other smaller labels within the area in Georgia. So, as we bring this to a close, when I listen to music, it's not just notes, chords, rests, and rhythms. It is a way of life. It's how I visualize the world within my eyes. Music is my lifeline. It got me into school, made a career almost, and it's provided me a way to access things within myself. I call this, in all its togetherness, passion. What is your passion?